Hi guys, I'm Katie. I am a makeup artist. I'm living in New York and I'm here to show you how to get this fabulous look. Classic smoky eye a la J-Lo. I'm currently here in my flat, in my bedroom, and I'm channeling Miss Pope with my wine and popcorn. The real reason I'm here is to show you how to get a classic smoky eye look a la J-Lo at this year's Golden Globes. Bit of a classic look, super easy. You just need to remember to blend. So let's get started. Here are a couple of products I'm going to be using to achieve this look. I've got Cover FX Anti-Aging Smoothing Eye Primer. Primer is very important if you want your look to last longer than, say, 2 hours. Next, for the colours, I am using the Urban Decay Smoky Palette. As you can see, there is a range of colours in here. And I'll be using this Dirtysweet, this Combust, Whiskey, maybe a bit of the Black Market, and some of the Radar for a bit of sparkle. It's also really great because it comes with a really fab brush. I shall be talking about brushes in just a moment. It's double-ended. So for big, fancy, smoky eye lashes, I've got Benefit Beyond Mascara. I think I read somewhere that one of these is bought every 10 seconds, but that doesn't sound like it could be true, right? So for brow definition, I have Anastasia Brow Defining little pencil this end and a brush this end. Super handy. So brushes. Now, for any kind of look, it's really important to have a range of brushes because you need to kind of keep your light colours separate from your dark colours, and then there's a few key ones that are great shapes for certain sort of definition of eye. So for this look, I'm going to be using a big, wide, fat, fluffy brush. This is mainly for the base colour, so a lighter colour and blending. We've got the one that comes with the eye palette, which is this great round sort of pointy shape that is really good for this area here, defining where your brow bone is and your eye sockets. And it's got a little extra blender on the end as well. And then this one, which is like one of my favorite brushes of all time, sounds sad, but it's a NARS one. And it's really great little short flat stubby brush that you can just get along the lash line under and on top, and it's sort of like using a great eye pencil, but you can really smudge in the look. So there are my brushes. So primer, like I say, really important. This is great for showing off like the pigment of the eyeshadow as well. Just pop that all over the eye. I generally, as a rule, put primer on underneath all my makeup. It's a great barrier between your skin and the product. There we go. Easy. Next, the colours. So just as a general rule of thumb for most looks, but especially the smoky look, you want to go from lighter to darker, and then we'll put a bit of highlighter on that brow bone as well. So I'm going to start off with a big thick brush, and with this Combust lightest colour. This is just going to be the base colour, so I'm going to put it all over the eyelid. Okay, next I'm going to highlight my brows. So this bit here, just to kind of make your eye stand out a little bit. I think knowing how to highlight and that particular area sort of really can take your look to the next level, as it were. So I'm going to use this Dirtysweet colour. Just put a little bit up there, blend it in. Do not be afraid with this look, because as long as you blend, you will not look like a Now I'm going to take the brush that comes with the palette and use this pointy round end, and what I'm going to do is go with a darker colour and sort of really define where my socket is, so around this area, and do a C shape. So along the lash line and then up into your socket. Socket, lash line. There we go, and don't go too far across, don't go further than halfway across your eye, because one thing that's really important is that you want to be able to see the different shades. Not stripes, but so they're blended, so there's a sort of a graduation between light and dark colours. Then you simply blend. Blend, 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 and blend up into the highlighted section. So those two colours are blended. There you go. And I'll just continue to build that colour as well. But in the meantime, I'm going to go across the middle section of the eye with this bronzy brown radar. Okay, then blend all those colours together, making sure keeping with the light colours on the inside, dark colours on the outside. There we go. Okay. Now I'm going to take my thin, flat favourite brush and go with a sort of black or darker, the darkest shadow, and I'm going to go along the lash line as if it's like an eye pencil. So I don't want it to look like a eyeliner as such, I just want it to sort of define the outer edges of my eye. I'm even going to go into that crease again with a darker colour as well. Blend. Now don't be afraid if you still look a little bit panda-eyed, you just need to keep on blending. Now what I'm going to do is define the inner corner of my eye, and this is a really great way of opening up your eye from the inside. So I'm going to do another C shape, but along this part here and on the inner corner. And I'm using that Dirtysweet, so the same colour I used as the highlighter, I'm going to use here. Now I'm going to blend some more. Now one thing to remember for when you're applying any kind of colour eyeshadow is that you don't really want the shadow to drop below that corner of your eye. So if you draw a line from your eye to your eyebrow there, you don't want the shadow to fall below that. So just simply wipe it away, use a makeup wipe, a cotton bud, just to neaten up your look. Now using the flat small brush, I'm going to go with the radar colour and go under the lashes. So you could use an eyeliner, but I like using a shadow because it gives a more smudgy, smoky look. A bit more blending needed, I think. So hopefully you can still see there's the lighter colour kind of graduating into the darker. I think I could use a bit more on that corner. Right, nearly done, but I'm going to define my brows. So this is great because it's got all you need in one handy little stick. So simply brush your brows up. A little tip for you, the peak of your brow should be in line with the outer edge of the coloured part of your eye. So line them up. Then use the pencil side just to draw little lines to fill in the gaps. And I have a few gaps. So defining your brows, I think when you do it, you'll find it makes such a difference to your final look. It really frames your face. Okay. Right, lastly, mascara. So this is a really great mascara. The brush has got these little nodules at the end, and they're really great for getting into the corners and doing your lower lashes. I really like to pump up my lashes, doing 3 or 4 coats. When I was growing up, my friends used to call me spider eyes because of how much mascara I wore. Thinking about it, I don't actually think that was a good thing. And another great tip for mascara, whatever brand you're using, is to twist it. Do not pump it because the air will get in and it will dry out. Okay. A little bit more. Now, let me just check. Might just put a spot of darker brown on the outside. And there we go. Classic Smokey Eye a la J-Lo. Highlighted brow, darkest on the outside, lighter on the inside, big lashes. Done.